All right, can you hear me all right?
Oh, that's good.
Okay, I think we solved the thing.
Really good.
Okay, well, I don't know if you'll be able to hear the banjo as well, but maybe that's okay. But I will say, thanks to the weather, I've achieved a lifelong dream of actually being a hot banjo player. So anyway, this is a set of poems and tunes that I will start, and I don't stop till I'm done. I'll do a poem and a tune, and a poem and a tune, and a poem and a tune. It'll take about 15 minutes. This is about the same set that I did on KZUM several months ago. So anyway, it's some poetry work, and it's appropriate for Memorial Day weekend. Talisman. The moon was full, and she was excited. Standing in the grass, she stared up at the orb. Then she took it out and placed the round, flat disc silver dollar sign in the palm of her hand. She rubbed it like a worry stone, a smile on her face. She looked down at the disc and traced her finger round the edge. The disc was smooth marble, save for the crack where she dropped it, with mottled green flecks from the far west of Ireland. One side was smooth, the other held a penny. She turned it in her hand, trying to remember how to wield the talisman, how to call its power, how to change one's destiny, how to change one's fate. She smiled and held it up, then turned it in the moonlight. 3 times for the night, 3 times for the fates. Eclipse. It is between us. I cannot see it. Only round its edges, only parts of her. I can't get through. Walking in a midnight sun, shines but gives no light, burns but gives no warmth, blinds but can't be seen, living in the half-light. Eos and her chariot cannot pierce the gloom, cannot race beyond the dark or shine beyond the night. Nothing escapes the half-light. Only love can pass between, warm us in the gloom, bind us in the night. Only love can pierce the dark and shine beyond the half-light. There. I went to the prairie, but I found her not there. So I hiked on the hilltop and walked through the woods. I strolled around the pond and by the old shed. The tall grass had seen her, but now she had gone. I went to the mountains, but I found her not there. So I hiked o'er the pass through sunshine and sky, and down in the valley through shadow and mist. The rocks said they knew her, but now she had gone. I went to the dance, but I found her not there. The dancers, long absent, shadows moved across the floor. the band long since gone. Music hung in the air. The floor said it knew her, but now she had gone. I went to the river, but I found her not there. So barefoot, I waded the cold, icy stream. The slippery rock bottom had unsteady footing. The river had washed her, but now she had gone. I went to Queen Maeve, but I found her not there. On the bare mountain top, the rock pyre stood. As the rain clouds wept and the west wind cried, they knew she had been there, but now she had gone. I looked to the sky, but I found her not there, so I asked the four winds to search from above. Their hurricanes howled and their cyclones roared. They wailed they had lost her, for now she was gone. Then I felt in my chest the warmth of her presence. So I looked in my heart, and I found her still there. A heart long remembers what a mind may forget. My heart keeps her still, and there she'll remain. Prairie dance. Her voice is on the wind, the breeze her soft caress, her smile the prairie sun. The stars shine in her eyes. She dances on the hilltop, a joyous prairie jig. Grass sprites leap to join her. Fairies fill the air. They join their sister spirit in a jig beneath the moon. Birds raise up their song for these spirits of the dance. Elves take up their instruments. She plays the penny whistle. Frogs and crickets sound the rhythm as she dances to the beat. Stars give way to dawn as the music finally fades. Where dancers once made merry, only footprints now remain. Peace and solitude return. Quiet beauty claims its place. Silence lowers its veil with a gentle morning dew. The radiance of her spirit pervades my solitude. In the wind across the hilltop, the silence calls her name. I walk amidst her memory to the tall grass and the dreams. I dream upon the hilltop of her spirit and her dance. Ode to the Wind. Here is to the wind that blows across the sea, that travels from the Gulf and up the rolling plains, that brings the southern moisture and raging summer storms and wakens dormant life from its long winter sleep. Here is to this musky scent of green mossy ponds, to the smell of new spring grass and of rich fertile earth. Here is to the trees that rustle in the breeze, and here is to the shade they bring on long summer days. Here is to the blackbird that chortles in the wind, and here is to the meadowlark that sings on blades of grass. Here is to the pheasant that calls its love beyond the hill, and here is to the wind that brings them all to me. Here is to the breeze the caressing of my face, the tossing of my hair, the gentle touch upon my shoulder. As you wrap yourself around my soul, I comfort in your embrace, and I am grateful for your gift when you bring her scent to me. Here is to the scent that travels on the wind, that blows across the hilltop and brings my love to me. Here is to the tall grass that whispers in the wind, and here is to the way we danced when she was here with me. The pain. When he arrived at home, he found himself alone again and forever. The celebration of life had been wonderful. The music, the dancing, our family and friends. He knew she would have loved it. Now, he was home, and the silence was deafening. Brad? Yes, he replied. Then he remembered he was alone. For 7 years he had watched as the woman he loved had faded in front of him, until all that remained was the vessel that carried her and the love that bound them. For all those years she was here, yet not here. Towards the end, the only way he knew she was here at all was when she smiled and laughed when she saw him. When all else was gone, love remained. The floor was silent as he crossed the living room, and he wondered if it was listening for her footsteps to follow his. He settled into the love seat and turned on the light. Now what? He could do whatever he wanted, but he could never do what he wanted. He wanted to be with her. He could feel her now more than ever. An air current brushed his cheek, and he could sense her moving through the house. The stairway creaked, and he knew she was drifting up the stairs. He could almost hear the covers rustle as she laid down, and the bed embraced her. It is not her ghost, but her presence. She is everywhere. He had almost forgotten the pain. It had started when he began losing her, slowly at first, a little loss each day, a name, a face, a family friend. And with each new loss, the pain grew until it became part of him. Now he not so much felt it as needed it. Without it, he could not breathe, his heart could not beat, and his eyes could not see. The pain was as intense as the love they shared. It would have been truly sad if he felt no pain. He knew he would carry it always. As he sat on the love seat, he leaned into the pain to feel her love, and he smiled as he replied again to the emptiness around him. Yes, my love, yes.